Hello and welcome back to Formnext Connect Studio. Every year a trade fair like Formnext attracts visitors from all over the world and present new products in additive manufacturing from international exhibitors over 3 days. Due to the success and progressive development of additive manufacturing worldwide, it makes absolutely sense, it was a logical step, to establish local formats under the Formnext Messe Frankfurt brand, reflecting the specifics of a region or country. Today we want to have a closer look at the formats in China, in Russia, and Japan. And this is done by two experts who joined me in the studio. Welcome back, Petra and Sascha. Good to have you here again.
Hi, Sven.
Hi, Sven.
So, Petra, very interesting for me, why it's important for Formnext to be present with a brand abroad.
Well, I guess lots of the things you already said, technology is everywhere. It's not limited to countries or continents. So when we, together with the AM industry and our advisory board, decided to really go into locally adapted concepts, that was the idea, to really bring the Formnext brand and the connection and everything behind to localized different countries, because there's different user industries everywhere. So I think this is the one thing, to really be present with the brand. The second thing is language. I think we all know when it really gets into technological details, language is quite an issue. Mm-hmm. So I think when we go to China, when we go to Japan, also the content is in the local Japanese or Chinese language, which is also very important. And I guess the third thing really is that brand strategy means you go abroad to also make your brand more famous and to bring more people to the main event in Frankfurt. So I guess that's the three reasons why we really are abroad.
Very interesting. Sascha, we mentioned the three countries, but who do we meet today?
Yeah, so we take a glimpse on three important regions, some of them well known, like China, our partner country, but then we take a closer look what's happening in Russia and in Japan as well.
Great. So thank you both for this short insights. Good luck for the interviews and interesting conversation. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, Sven.
Yes, Petra, let's start with meeting our dear colleagues all over the world. And first of all, we take a closer look at China and the additive manufacturing industry there and our joint brand project called Formnext plus PM South China.
Yeah.
And we start with a short video message from China. Let's start the video.
大家好，很高兴介绍我们这期在深圳 Formnext 加 PM South China 的合作伙伴新技能伊利斯展览公司总经理朱晓峰先生。
我现在在担任一些社会职务，像粉末冶金战略联盟会展部的部长，上海粉末冶金协会的副秘书长，另外一个中国先进陶瓷产业联盟的秘书长，陶瓷3D打印联盟的秘书长。 还有中国硅塑业陶瓷分会的那个副秘书长。我们从08年就开始举办这个 PM China， 现在已经连续成功举办了13届。PM China 的这些企业呢，和我们 AM 呢有很大的关联啊。他们前面的一些材料啊，其实上它有些都是通用的金属材料和先进陶瓷的材料，再加上。 中间的我们呈现方式有点不一样，后面的它的烧结的设备啊，也有很多雷同之处啊。看到我们 Formnext 的一年的壮大，对吧？我们也很荣幸，我们 PM China 和 Formnext 的在中国联合一起来举办深圳真材制造粉末冶金与先进陶瓷展。 啊，同时呢，我们也祝福我们Formnext以后越办越好。
So, thank you very much, Mr. Xiaofeng, General Manager of our cooperation partner Uniris exhibitions in Shanghai. And now we're delighted to greet live joining us on stage. Hello, Louis, Mr. Leung, Deputy General Manager.
Hi, Petra. Hello, Sasha.
Hello, Louis. Deputy General Manager Guangzhou, Guangya, Messe, Frankfurt. Welcome on the stage. Louis, let's talk a little bit.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Hello, a pleasure for us as well. Let's talk a little bit, Louis, about our joint project we have inside the Formnext brand family. So our initial plan was to launch Formnext plus PM South China in Shenzhen in September this year. But all of us knew what happened, so our decision was let's move to next year in September. Louis, what's the concept behind this trade fair?
Okay. Firstly, I think when we decide to make a show or make an event, that is the sister event of Formnext, then we are not going just to make another 3D printing fair in China. What we want to do is to develop a very good concept for the show and to develop a technology and business platform for the whole chain of production, from idea, design, use of advanced material to additive manufacturing, and finally, processing to finished products. And the whole change can be served and also can to the widely applicable market in different application industry in China. We all know, right, the concept and the story created by Formnext is a very successful story in the world. So what we want to do is to put the successful element and the concept of Formnext together with the combination of PM China. PM China, which is just when you see the video introduced by Mr. Zhu, this is the biggest powder metallurgy conference and exhibition in China, which is held in Shanghai every year. And together with this partner and other supporting organizations in supporting the resources in plastic, advanced ceramic, post-processing, and we targeted to create a leading event in China. We will bring the new insight to the market. And most important, when we have this slogan here, we explore the endless possibility and opportunity that we want to offer the market, a very good insight for everyone to be interested to grow their business there. And inside the fair, as I just mentioned, it will not just an exhibition, but we will emphasize on our focus on education and application as well. And for this, achieving this purpose, we will develop several interesting fringe programs such as seminar, workshop, and demonstration area, and such kind of interesting program in the event.
Okay, thank you very much, Louis. It's so nice seeing you, actually. I think once in a lifetime, at least this year. Well, Louis, why did you or did we choose Shenzhen?
Okay, so I think for the decision to make the event to be held in Shenzhen, because this is the heart of the Greater Bay Area. So Greater Bay Area is basically the important region in the South China region. And Shenzhen is also famous for its innovations and high-level manufacturing technologies, such as in the IT, electronic, and there are also lots of very high-growing potential industrial and technology firms in the area. And there are 277 this company in Shenzhen, and majority of them are in manufacturing area. The region, the region alliance figure also indicates the industrial production keep on growing again. Let's say the value added of manufacturing industry in the first 3 quarters increased by 2.1% as compared with last year. And just in Shenzhen, the government also provide lots of incentive program and policy to encourage R&D and new product, encourage the new product innovation and new product development, and all this will need high-level manufacturing techniques. For this one, I think we believe that the market in Shenzhen will offer a lot of opportunity in the market. And as I just said, because Shenzhen is the dragon head of the area, the Greater Bay Area, and it is closely located to many important manufacturing bases, such as Dongguan, Zhuhai, Guizhou, Guangzhou, Zhongshan, Foshan, and etc. And it is also the city, ideal city, that have built the city and also the area have built a very comprehensive upstream and downstream industrial change in the field of communication, in the field of automotive, electronic, optoelectronic, and consumer goods, and all this making the area a very interesting area for our exhibitor to explore the opportunity there.
And also there was a new exhibition center built, correct?
Yeah, exactly. So I have to mention about the venue, the Shenzhen World Convention and Exhibition Center. Well, it is a huge venue that is comparable to Messe Frankfurt, and with 500,000 square meter exhibition space. And you have also the most modernized exhibition facilities inside, such as conference room, function room, and it is very located in the very convenient area, such as it is very easy accessible to the areas such as Dongguan, Zhuhai, and also Guangzhou as well. And this area, we believe, will become the most important area also for our exhibitor to explore the market in their traditional customer market, such as prototyping. Just around the exhibition center with 10 or 20 kilometers away, there locate, I think, the significant numbers of prototyping company and mold making company in the region.
Really very impressive. And what I think interests all of us, and I guess also everybody listening, is how is the current situation in China when it comes to exhibitions? Because, you know, here, unfortunately, we are in the studio, not in the halls, but what's happening in China at the moment?
Okay. So ever since the outbreak of the COVID-19 in early of this year, China has stopped the running of the fairs for a long time until end of June. Starting in June, there are many fairs that gradually to resume their operation. But of course, for every exhibition, there are many important measures against the risk of transmission, such as temperature checking. We have to use the health code when we access to the venue. And also, there's a lot of different hygiene facilities available in the venue to prevent the sudden cases that will affect the society. But generally, the exhibition running in China is was running very well. And for Messe Frankfurt China, we have been organizing over 10 exhibitions in July. For example, we have physical event in Shanghai, Guangzhou, Shenzhen, covering the topic in textile, machinery, automation, mold and die, light and building, and the response of this fair were very good. And from the flow of visitor and also the interview for their satisfaction rate are very high. And we trust the exhibition platform is one of the fast track to help exhibitor to resume and grow their business after this difficult time.
That's really good. And what's going to be the next exhibition you're going to start?
For us, the next exhibition will be the next week, the PSRM, about the power electronic exhibition that will go to take place in Shenzhen in next year. But of course, for another of our team, that is also prepare how we will proceed and prepare well for the next Formnext PM South China in next year.
Yeah, I think we really look forward to that. What's the plan actually for...
Before the ending...
Go ahead, Louis.
Yeah, before the ending, I will show you an interesting map that is about our progress.
Oh.
This is here, right? Okay, so when you see the color, it is very familiar, right?
Yeah, red
For
and
the
blue,
people,
that's true.
yeah.
It's familiar from a
Yeah,
different
yeah.
continent, actually. Yes.
Yeah. So this reflects our booking situation is progressing well, and we hope we can get the support from the industry, and we will develop a good show, and we will have a good launch next year.
Yeah, so I think, Petra, what's very important, Louis, so thank you very much for your message also out of the exhibition market in China, because I think for us it's important to see that everywhere around the world, finally people want to come together again and to celebrate their technology and themselves on an exhibition, and therefore I like very much that you are really already planning a real physical show floor for next year. Louis, please let the audience again, let the audience know the date and the exact schedule we have in plan for our Formnext Plus PM South China next year. I can see it on the screen, but it's maybe a little bit small.
Yeah, okay. For the next Formnext Plus PM South China will be held in the September 9 to 11 in next year, 2021. And the place will be the Shenzhen World Convention and Exhibition Center. This is the new venue that I just introduced.
Yeah. Great news, Louis. Thank you very much.
So we look forward to welcome you all to join us. Yeah.
Thank you, and we definitely stay exchange about the development of this highly interesting concept, reflecting perfectly, Petra, what you said at the beginning. Our strategy is indeed to always find locally adapted concepts for our international brands, to place them directly towards the needs of the market. So we have the customer industries placed, I think, perfectly around Shenzhen, like we learned from Louis. And the manufacturing side also is covered quite perfect there. So we look forward.
And we have our Messe Frankfurt family in place. Our worldwide network also helps because you also create the platforms that the industries need. So I guess this is something we really look forward to. I think it was the first time that we really had to postpone a launch. We were all looking forward to it this year, but COVID came, so we do it next year, but maybe, as the map shows, already well in progress and more blue than red. So let's see what's going to happen. And please, I think, give our regards to the whole team. We are really sorry not to see all of you in person, but we look forward to do that very soon again. And we keep fingers crossed for your exhibitions coming up, because when you organize exhibitions now, we will organize them later again, little in delay, I would say. And please give our best regards to everybody. Stay healthy, and it was great chatting to you.
So
also our best regard to the Formnext team. A very impressive work. That's about the Formnext Connect. And we look forward, and we congratulate you for your success and hope everything will run smooth.
So we look forward, and all of you, all the guests tuned in from China, and China this year is our partner country, Formnext 2020. So please stay tuned. We have a lot of other different topics related to the partner country, with a specialized panel, I think, coming on Thursday. So stay tuned and stay well, stay safe, and we work together to see us again soon. All the best. Louis, take care.
Louis, take care.
All the best. Team. You take care as well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
We move directly not to the other side of the planet, but in between, because we have another interesting guest. And That's, I think, an additive manufacturing market or a future additive manufacturing market not really everybody has on the map, like, for example, China. Now we tune in directly to Moscow, Russia. Sergei, our dear colleague in Moscow, hello, dobry dzień to Moscow.
Hello, Sasha. Moscow's here. Moscow's calling.
That's great. Sergei, you're Deputy General Director, Messe Frankfurt, Russia. And amongst all the activities you do in Russia, all over Russia, in Moscow, we have one joint project together inside our brand family, and that's the Rosmould trade fair. So for you, it was also the first time, I think, this year to turn into a fully virtual format with Rosmould. And for next year, you have in plan, again, like we all do, to have another physical event in Moscow. So let us know a little bit the Rosmould fair. What's the concept behind it, and what's the link and the relationship to additive manufacturing, Sergei?
All right. Thank you, Petra. Thank you, Sasha. First of all, I have to thank you for inviting me to be part of Formnext Connect, because I think you have done a great job for the industry to stay tuned, to get connected, to get connections from buyers, to get more knowledge in the industry. And why I'm so confident? Because you're absolutely right. We have done the same in September, because the show was initially postponed for later dates. But then we took a final decision that we cannot allow ourselves to skip 1 year, and we have to go online. In September, for the 3 days, the show was full of conferences, full of presentations, webinars, and plus, of course, we integrated matchmaking system, which helped our clients to get more leads, more business in these difficult challenge times. As for Rosmould, yes, we will have next year 15th edition, hopefully offline. And as you know, you can tell from the name that initially the show was devoted to traditional ways of manufacturing, of course, for molding and die casting. But today, I think 1/3 of the show is devoted to additive manufacturing already, and it's one of the most growing sector of the show. And we keep our hopes for even bigger representation of AM suppliers next year, because I think a vast majority of participants that we had last year confirmed its participation next year, and we still keep attracting companies from different sectors. So everybody who's interested in the Russian market, welcome on board.
Super. Sounds good, Sergei. And how is the AM market in Russia developing at the moment currently?
Thank you, Petra. It's a good question, because landscape of the market is changing dramatically. Apart from the suppliers of foreign equipment and materials, which we always had and which is needed by local manufacturers, and apart from end-user industries, which use this equipment for their own needs, we're now witnessing evolving a new parts of the market. For example, independent AM centers, which provide outsource production services to the companies. A lot of industrial design centers, which also need equipment for 3D printing and for AM production. And now I also have to tell you that more and more local producers of equipment and materials appearing on the market. And just for example, we have a series of webinars on a weekly basis, I would say. And a few weeks ago, we, for example, presented a hybrid machine, which do laser manufacturing, laser additive manufacturing technology, plus milling and cutting functions for post-production. And we presented, it was a Russian producer who made such a new machine presenting to the market. And What also I can tell you that this industry is very highly supported by the government. And in April 2020, the government adopted a special roadmap for development of in high-tech industries. The document is based on 4 key technological areas, and additive manufacturing is one of them. So it's a big attention paid by the government in this field. And one of the steps of this roadmap is the creation of All-Russian AM Association, which also will be devoted to helping the industry with the standards, certifications, education. It will be unified message to the government how to deal with the industry and so on. And actually, I'm proud to say that in the beginning of December, on the 3rd of December, we will be holding another event, which is called Leader Forum. We're doing in cooperation with a lot of end users, industrial end users and ministries. It will be called Leader Forum, New Horizons for AM Technology. And I think it will be a starting point for establishment of this association I was talking before. I know that in government there is a association for additive manufacturing, and we took it as an example how the industry should be developed and organized.
Thanks, Sergei. I think that's highly interesting news also for the whole additive manufacturing community attending our Formnext Connect platform, because that's reflecting, or that reflects also my impression. I think the last 2 or 3 years, really also additive manufacturing supply side emerged in Russia on the market, and that was really highly interesting to hear from you, Sergei, that there is also a lot of development, not only in material but also on the machine side. Mm-hmm. And I would expect also on the post-processing side finally, because Russia is a highly industrialized nation. Sergei, that brings me to the question: which user industries are already using additive manufacturing in Russia, or which industries come in touch now with the technology or are interested in having a closer look at additive manufacturing?
Thank you for this question, but this is obvious. When we're speaking about Russia, everybody understands that the country has a lot of heavy industries and end users industries which require these technologies. For example, shipbuilding, and I think last week another icebreaker was launched and now used for this Arctic way of delivering from China to the Europe. Car manufacturing, we have a lot of local production, and plus a lot of European producers, car producers like Volkswagen, Renault, BMW, Daimler. They have their local production here in Russia, and I think the degree of localization, production localization, is very high and it's increasing. Aircraft production. We have a Superjet 100, which is also already is used by the airlines for regional trips. Railway locomotive production, natural resources exploration. You know, that oil, gas, mining is industries which are very highly developed in Russia, and such big names like Gazprom Neft, Lukoil, they're all using this technology in their work. Energy, and Rosatom, I think, is a leader for construction of nuclear station worldwide. As far as I know, they have about 40 projects currently in progress for building nuclear station in different parts of the world. Space industry, of course. Because the space industry is one of the great industries always associated with Russia, and Roscosmos is a state-owned company which provide launches, I think, every month at least. Other sectors as well, consumer sector, medicine, they all require these technologies, and that's why developing so fast.
I guess when we listen to you, this is very, very promising also when looking at Rosmould 2021. So I guess this is a good question, or a question I would like to ask, or we are interested in, what's happening at Rosmould 2021? What's the news? What's the status?
What's the status? Of course, we will hold the show in next June. The exact dates, 15th, 17th June of 2021. We hope, of course, we hope it will be offline and the travel restrictions will be gradually lifted, and we will welcome international participants as well. But as I said before, all local exhibitors have already confirmed participation for the next year, and we will continue developing this AM sector within the show. We already know it will be bigger than last year, and we will continue the fringe program, which we always had supporting this sector. For example, for the third time, we will have a 3D forum, which is especially designed for to discuss all these topics connected to AM technologies, and a special conference for industrial design. That's a part, of course, from fringe program devoted to traditional ways of manufacturing, which is molding part of the show. And of course, we continue doing special guided tours, which we organize for buyers of this technologies, equipment, and materials from different sectors, guided by experts in this industry. We cooperate with a major online platform, which give us a special program for different industries, and they provide with different technologies for different sectors. And of course, I think you will do the same. We will try to implement some hybrid formats, which we now practiced in these times, in these difficult times. What elements I will tell you probably later, but I guess it will be some online catalog of novelties which our exhibitors present during the show, some presentations from our customers, everything that will help the clients to get more leads, more business, present their new researches, developments, and new products.
And as far as we know, we will have a German pavilion, correct?
Absolutely right. You're absolutely right. We actually, I have to say that we, in cooperation with working group of PDMA for 3 years in a row already. And usually we had about several exhibitors from Germany, 10 and some years more. But now, starting from next year, we will have official German pavilion supported by the Ministry of Economy, subsidized by the government. And I think we will have a larger representation of German businesses in Russia.
Yeah, that's a great example also for another locally adapted concept, Sergei. Thank you very much. A lot of greetings to Moscow, to the whole Messe Frankfurt family Moscow team. And I think it's also a good example how a good cooperation we have here with our honorary sponsor VDMA now reflects also when we start to organize or support the official German pavilion. Next year we will see at Rosmould. So for us, it's another step.
Definitely.
And we look forward to see you all again soon, not only in Moscow, but also again on our stage in Frankfurt. So to all of you, to all of the audience in Russia, and that's also, I think, for us and the audience very interesting, that AM becomes such an important technology also in Russia. Definitely. So to all of you, take care and stay connected. Yeah. Stay tuned.
Bye,
at Formnext Connect. Bye-bye, do
Thank you.
svidaniya.
Thank you. I wish all success for the customers and for the team. I hope to see you offline very soon, because all our customers which participated in online format, they said that offline has no substitution.
Спасибо. Directly make a change again to the east, to another part of the world.
Further east.
To the very far east.
Yeah, we have our last encounter. Our last project, actually, our last international project at the moment. Right, which is actually the colleagues from Tokyo. And I think one of the things we really envy them, because they were the ones who had one real event in September. They had the Formnext Forum Tokyo this year. But unfortunately, we don't. But I think we will see a little video of this forum from them before we introduce our colleagues.
So welcome, Tokyo, Japan.
At first, we are very happy that it takes place. For us, it's one of the first shows since a long time, and we have quite a number of interesting visitors, so it's very good to have this forum to discuss our customers. I think also this forum shows that the interest in 3D printing is gradually increasing in Japan, even though the market is not the same speed as maybe US or Europe. We see interest growing, and in particular high-quality applications. 3D printing with diversity of lasers like green and blue for copper, these things getting more and more interesting. Yes, of course, first of all, we hope that next year it will take place in person again in Germany. And then we would like to bring our customers there. If not, hopefully we can continue this forum and at least find a way to discuss about new applications here in Japan.
今回会社として出展させていただいて、このコロナの影響もあってなかなか我々の事業紹介する機会って減ってますけど、日本の中ではやはり AM の専門家が多く集まるっていうことで非常に集客効果もあったかなと思います。私自身さまざまな展示会日本の中でも出てるんですけど、AM に特化した部分で我々のビジネスそのものの紹介する場としてもですね、より深い議論ができたんじゃないかなと非常に感謝しています。ドイツのようなホームネクストサロンのようにそこから新たなビジネスが生まれるような場に発展していければ、ここがある意味日本のものづくりの勝負の場に変わっていくと確信してますので、ぜひドイツと日本とものづくりの強い場所でそれぞれがメッセージを発信でき合えるような、そういう形で日本が追いつけ追い越せ発展していければなということを期待します。
Evangelizing additive manufacturing in Japan. Japan, of course, has been a little bit slower than some of our other markets for adopting additive manufacture, particularly metal AM for production. But seeing this much enthusiasm and seeing this much interest definitely gives us good feelings about the future here. Well, our feeling is that, particularly for metal additive manufacturing, Japan hasn't embraced it for production as much as perhaps Europe or certainly areas of the States or China for that matter. But you can see that that's starting to change by the conversations that we're having with people here. You can see that people are starting to invest more in showrooms and in facilities that will allow people to come and experiment with additive manufacturing machines here in Japan to gain the confidence to then use those machines for their own production. I'm hoping that over the next 6 months, our customers here in Japan will have the confidence to come out to shows like this, and that the situation will be such that it will be safer for them to come out to events like this to get to know these new exciting technologies better.
Hi, I'm Wataru Nishimura from Link 3D. I'd like to congratulate Frankfurt Messe people for this successful event to organize all the very high quality speeches from large corporations, including Mitsubishi Power and Teiji Nakashima Medical, all those people. Therefore, quite many participants came here to listen to those speeches, and therefore having this booth here from Link 3D, we are very glad to join this event. Luckily, I was able to meet new people who are very interested in additive manufacturing.
So hello to Japan, and thank you very much to our Messe Frankfurt colleagues located in Tokyo. I think with Formnext Forum Tokyo we have another perfect example for a really good locally adapted concept, and I think as well, and that's for the whole AM community, Japan is not a hidden market for additive manufacturing anymore. That is also a big thank you to you, ladies. You had a splendid event physically in September this year. Please give us a short insight. What's happening next year? What can we expect from Formnext Forum Tokyo 2021? Welcome to Mrs. Namiko Bando, show director from Formnext Forum Tokyo, and our colleague Mrs. Kyoko Nagata, sales partner from Formnext Messe Frankfurt, Japan. Hello.
Hi, hello. First of all, we would like to congratulate for the successful start of Formnext Connect, and we are very glad to be here today. Congratulations. Before Nami start to introduce about Formnext Forum Tokyo for next year, I would like to just give you a brief how we started the show originally from me. Because the Formnext Forum Tokyo was held for the first time in September last year, actually as to introduce Formnext Germany to Japan as overseas fair introduction. It was just a half-day event of seminar and networking with some wonderful speakers from DMG Mori, Panasonic, Additive Industries from Holland, and Aiken from Germany. Petra and Sasha were there, so you remember the cozy event we had.
Yeah, we do.
Also, we welcomed some tabletop exhibitors, and as a whole, we attracted 150 visitors. After the event, we received a highly positive feedback from both exhibitors and visitors, and we were convinced that many Japanese companies related to manufacturing are looking for more information about AM technologies and industries. So we developed our project to the next step, which is a 2-day event with more enriched seminars and showcases. So our intention, of course, it hasn't been changed, but was to provide an informative business platform and networking opportunities for the AM industry in Japan. Let me just give you a very brief topic about the market in Japan. The value of Japanese AM market grew by 9% in 2017, and it is expected to grow over 150% by 2022. So it's expected to grow more. But at the same time, for a lot of Japanese industry manufacturers, additive manufacturing is a technology yet to be discovered or implemented. So we believe that Formnext Forum Tokyo will offer a space for genuine business development.
Kyoko, thank you very much. Nami, it's your turn.
Yes. Yeah, sure. Yes, and we decided to grow up our fair, and we start the promotion from last December. But as everybody experienced, times were very challenging for promotions from February to May, when the state of emergency in Japan was in force. However, we were encouraged by exhibitors signing up to exhibit at Formnext Forum Tokyo, which was launched just a year ago, since 2019, in response to the expectation of exhibitors and visitors who are looking forward to joining our event. We have been striving to organize a real physical event in Tokyo, and we welcomed 29 exhibitors from well-known AM companies such as DMG Mori and Trump EOS is followed by NTT Data Jam Technologies and top Japanese manufacturers such as Mitsubishi Power. We also welcomed over 700 visitors for 2 days from various industries using Japanese car makers like Toyota, Honda, and Nissan, and aircraft companies, and plant industry, and medical field, and so on. We also welcomed popular speakers, seminar speakers from Toshiba, Mitsubishi, and Siemens, and also institutions such as Trofam, Arkham, and universities.
Wow.
That's a great summary. So thank you very much again. A lot of greetings to Japan and a lot of success for organizing next Formnext Forum Tokyo next year, and welcome back again at Formnext as well. So a lot of greetings to all of the colleagues in Tokyo. Take care, stay safe, stay well.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I guess that was the end of introducing our brand events. Thanks for participating, and thanks for all the viewers to join and to listen. If anybody's interested in next year's events, you can just contact our Formnext members, team members, and ask about participation. We'll be happy to welcome you on any of our shows, not only here in November.
All over the world.
In Frankfurt, definitely. So we have a short break now and then continue our program.
Thank you.